first, I want to start with just sort of looking at what comes with this template. So we've got the front-end website, we've got a set of auth pages, we've got a set of pages for the app itself, which is the back-end sort of app that is behind the login, behind the sign-in. We've got a section of customers pages, and then we have the same for tasks and team members. And lastly, the account. So we'll take our time and kind of go through these one by one. I'm going to start with the front-end website. So let's get zoomed in here and get oriented at the front-end website. And I'm just going to click on the first element here, which is a component for the header. So I can see here at the top of my elements list, we have a component that is a header, and you see this blue button that says go to component page. I can click on that and it just recenters my canvas over the component that comes from, which is the header. So the header has its own page. It's got an image for the logo, and then it's got a title, and that's about it. It has a sign-in as well, but that's hidden, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. So that's the header component. We see various sections here. I'll collapse these for a second to make it easier to see. So we've got a section for the hero, which has a title, description, a get started button, and a placeholder image. And then we have further sections down below. So this section has a description. The next section has an image and some additional info and a button, and then the same for the two sections after that. They just sort of alternate positions left and right. And then the last component at the bottom is a footer, and we can see that this also is linked to a component page, which is this footer page right here. And there's a copyright along with a built with builder tag. So that's how the homepage of this website is structured. The next thing we want to take a look at when you're loading a fresh template is what actions already exist on a page. And the best way to see that is if you look at the element list or the element tree here. When you scroll down, you'll see that some elements have this yellow icon on the right here. This icon represents flows that are attached to that element. So you notice that each of the Get Started Today buttons has those. If you click on this element, over on the right-hand side, you'll also notice that the Events tab has this yellow light or this yellow circle that shows you that there is an event connected to it. And then down below, we can see which event is connected to this button, and it's this flow called external open signup. Another way to see which flows are on this page is back here on the left-hand side next to elements. You can click flows, and this will show you any flows that exist on this page. So there's autosave, which is a default flow that comes already with your page in Builder. And then we have the external open sign-in and external open sign-up, as well as page binding and page load. Page binding and page load are also default flows that exist on every page when you create a new one. So for each of these flows, we can click on them and see exactly what actions are tied to this. So for this Get Started Today button, well, I should say for this external open sign-in flow, we can see there's one action here, which is run flow on page. It's got the page set to the header, and the action is open sign-in. So if we go to the header page, which is down here, and look at the flows on this page, we can see we have a number of flows that exist on the header page, and one of them is action open sign-in. So all that's doing basically when you click any of these buttons that have that open sign in or open sign up attached to it, it's going to call that flow, which is going to run an action on the header page to open it up. And it's either sign in or sign up, depending on whether you're trying to register or log in. So that's really what comes with this homepage in terms of actions. And then if we look at the elements, we can see there's some containers and divs. That's just to organize these elements. And then, as I mentioned, there's some text elements. So that's a look at the website page, the main homepage. Next, we'll take a look at the auth set of pages and how those are set up.